Yeah, indeed we are. Yeah, indeed it is. So Cafe, the first one, Game of Thrones will be starting on attack. Villa, the second one, F6 attack, and then the decider will be Coastline, where Game of Thrones will be starting on defense. Notably, if I'm quickly just panning over to that, Cafe Dostoevsky was Game of Thrones' map pick, and Villa F6's. And then the decider being Coastline, I'm kind of worried about that for Game of Thrones' sake, because in the matchups I've casted for them earlier versus Frantic6Esports and Odyssey earlier on today, they lost out on Coastline 7-4, 7-2. So that's not boding very well for them. But looking at the rest of the bracket, it should be on the screen for you guys at this very moment. Looking at the storylines we've been seeing thus for this tournament, Game of Thrones, obviously, they started out with a game against Vanguard Gaming, winning that one out. Then facing off against Frantic6Esports, winning that one. And then facing off against Odyssey earlier today. Lost out against Odyssey. So now in the losers bracket, obviously Frantic6 on the other side, they started the bracket phase against Frantic6Esports. They lost that one out. Went to the lower bracket, won against Vanguard Gaming, won against Memento Mori, and this is where we stand. The winner of this will be heading into the grand finals tomorrow at, I believe, 5 p.m. Against Odyssey. So should be very exciting. But Patchy, if there's anything else you want to say before we head straight on into the first map of Cafe. Yeah, let's get this very loud transition going, and let me start. So, Cafe Door. Wait, this transition is still running. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's just so loud. They can barely probably hear me on stream. But getting into the band phase, Patchy, what are you looking forward to from this? Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, so the Echo, the Mirror, as you said, very standard bands. Should prove to be quite influential, though, in the grand scheme of things. We know how big of a game changer that Mirror is. It's not necessarily that she's an overpowered operator, but that she changes the way you play a map. On the other side, Blackbeard. That is, I would expect a target ban to something that Game of Thrones does quite normally. I'd expect repelling on the Christmas side, but who knows? Maybe Frantic6 are just million IQ and they know it's going to bite them in the butt someplace later on here. Would not put that past Frantic6, but getting into this game. The Cali 6 pick. That's a pretty interesting one there.
defenders. Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Bomb located by attackers.
Wall fortified! Shield ready. I'm out of ammo.
ATS deployed and ready to go. Electro close.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
My aircraft is deployed. Just a little wall in the way.
Yeah, the one different thing from Cali to Thatch is the area of effect. Obviously, those Thatch EMPs, you can chuck those on the roof here of this Christmas area and actually deny out that pixel angle that's currently being held by Figure here. So the Cali, not as effective, but still something you want to bring. And notably, Game of Drones, they are quite hardened in this Cali play. They use it quite often, and notably in their game as Frantic6Esports on Clubhouse, they used it to some great effect, getting a few cheeky headshots, but ooh. Yikers. Quite Goggle taking a bit of team damage, never like to see that, but dropping down red stairs now. They're going for their initial roam here now. Oh, yikes. Why would that be? The audio source should be correct.
Attackers have recovered
I'll check that in a few seconds. But for the meantime, AML getting the opener there. But the Cali shots are raining through, but does not connect onto anyone now. 3v5 in favor, sorry, 3v4 in favor of Frantic6 now, as the opener does go their way, but they still need to deal with this initial push coming out, but he doesn't check the corner. Smoke to get the opener. Chances onto the second, cannot find the IQ though. Now, a definitive lead here for Game of Drones. By Goggle, Vlad, Nomad, and IQ. Not much you can do in this scenario. They don't have the diffuser. It's dropped on in Narnia, so far away here, being held by the smoke. This is a very hard position for them to play in. Yeah, desktop audio. Why is that? Okay, Patchy, talk quickly.
Hello there.
Okay, there we go. Let me just fix the audio settings. Okay, you can cast while I fix this.
All right then. Okay, cool. Well, we've got 28 seconds left on the clock. We've got Vlad and Quite Carl to try and make it happen for Game of Drones, and the time is ticking away. And with such insurmountable odds, I'm not too sure how doable this is right now for Game of Drones. They're in a bit of a difficult scenario. There goes the Nomad. Now it's on to the IQ. Quite Carl. Lots of work to do, and pretty much no time to do it in. So that's going to be Frantic6 picking up round one.
That was quite decisively. The opening trades went their way, but from there, they just completely locked it out. No real kills after that initial kill coming out from, I believe it was quite Gorg. Oh no, sorry, it was Vlad there on the side of Game of Drones. But after that, it just looked like Game of Drones were completely flustered. They didn't know where the defense was coming from. We saw the player there pushing in through the cigar lounge area. Just didn't check his corners. Didn't know where the players were playing from, and I don't know if that's down to bad drone work or bad team information relaying, but Game of Drones, they're going to have to step this up as going to kitchen service and kitchen cooking now. We see a castle pick, and I don't know what they want to do with this, but
this is something we've seen a lot.
We've seen it a lot, but there are a lot of variations in how you can play it. So I want to see where exactly he does place it out. Nonetheless, though, looking at the attacking lineup, they don't have, well, they have the sledge to deal with it, but still not too much soft reach capability to actually deal with those.
Yeah, a lot of the time when we see the castle strats in play, I always like talking about this because castle strats are some of my favorite strats coming out, especially in recent times in the scene. We see castles being utilized in such a way that you can really sort of block off key areas. You can say, all right, this particular spot, if we block this off, that means our defenders can now rotate around here without worrying about this area.
10 seconds to insertion.
Especially if they don't have lots of soft breaching, and it's so easy to just sort of rotate
5
around
seconds
safely
left.
and block off certain key areas. Then the other side to that is also when you block those areas off,
objective
you
is to
waste
locate a
the
bomb
attacker's
and defuse it.
time as well as their utility. So if they don't have the utility, you waste their time. If they have the utility, you're still wasting their utility. So ultimately, at the end of the day, putting those castle barricades up always comes out on the positive side for you, so long as they don't just immediately smack them away with, you know, a sledge or something like that. But what I've noticed most of the time, if you get like slightly more aggressive out of the defender, try and take a pick and actually get the pick onto one of those soft breaches, you can make it so difficult for the attackers to get in there. If you take down the sledge early or you take down the ash early, it can be very, very difficult for them to play around those castle barricades. So definitely one of those strats that we've seen a little bit more prevalent lately, and coming in to sort of mixed effect. It doesn't always work, but it can definitely work quite nicely.
Yeah, we're always talking about how important it is to get a hard breach off the board very early on, maybe a thatch or something. But even just a soft breacher, even just a fragger like that, you lose a lot of utility in that. And looking at the defensive lineup here down below, it looks like they are... I don't know what to say. Like, usually you play the castle barricades at assisting your hold here in bakery, but at the moment it's assisting their hold at the bottom of the brown stairs. I've never seen a hold like this, and this is quite interesting. The one thing I'd expect as a weakness is a push from bottom white, but that's exactly what they're doing. Sledge here, they're trying to go for that push, but side of Game of Drones, they're taking their time clearing out this entire top floor area, but taking a bit of damage. They're finally getting the kill from the Alibi, the MX4 Storm connecting the headshot onto the Ash, and notably, as we were saying, using the Ash, that's a pretty big one because of those castle barricades.
Yeah, and if we see that Sledge drop anytime soon, it's going to be difficult to push through the castle barricades. If they do decide to rotate down from ground or that sort of area. So one of the big things now is, you know, if they take the Sledge off the board, a scenario could be that now they have to use the thermites to break in there, which means they lose that utility that could be used for the hard reinforced wall. So, you know, in either way, they need to rotate down here and start clearing this out.
Yeah, now very spread thin at the moment. They're all dealing with individual gunfights. It's not a good position to be in for Game of Drones. They're trying to regroup and trying to see what they can do with the hold that they have at the moment. But the one thing they need to deal with is this hold at bottom brown. This is the one thing that I was saying is so ingenious almost, but it's working out for them. The players playing very aggressively high over the White Gargle there on the sledge, just whiffing each and every shot it seems. Unfortunate to see that, but now being backed up by Deekbill, looks like the main push is going to come from this side, but there's just so much utility they need to deal with. Or my magnets pulling those flashbangs, but the nades coming out, figure out how they're connecting there onto Vlad. Another opener coming out, and that's alleviating so much pressure. 10 seconds on the clock, diffuser's dropped. There's nothing you can do in this scenario.
Yeah, this is just an absolutely brilliant hold there. Quite Carl gonna get one, but it's not good for very long. And this is just a brilliant hold here. Actually, the whole setup at brown stairs really delayed them, and the fact that they took the Ash off the board means that Sledge is the only one who can break those open, and he has to get in melee range to do that, which means he can't. Which means he either has to push down the stairs or not. And they even had a proximity alarm on those stairs just in case somebody pushed through. So they had a really, really good read on that entire situation from the beginning. The fact that they knew to reinforce towards Brown really, really put a stopper in the attacking team trying to get down there. That was just brilliant. They were able to hold on to it. The fact they took the Ash off the board meant that they was able to just sit there with those barricades, no problem. The rotation had to come down through the stairs, and they were totally prepared for it. So yeah, Frantic6, they're really in the zone right now. They've got 2 rounds on the board, and they're looking to continue this lead.
Yeah, I've been talking about those proximity alarms for quite some time. The newest piece added to the defender's utility, just how useful it can be. The only real thing that kind of hinders it is it's on very niched operators. It's on Castle, Caveira, Oryx, I don't know. It's on operators that you almost never see in this pro play, but Castle, the one that you can actually bring it on, and well, we've seen how useful it is, like you said, in that broad and brown stairs, and I want to see if they use it even more heading forward. I've seen these guys use these proximity alarms, I believe, notably in their game versus... Actually, no, I haven't casted a Frantic6 game. Well, this is Game of Drones. In their game versus Aladdin on Clubhouse, there was one round where it was a 1v2. The 2 players were pushing from Dirt Tunnel, and the proximity alarm gave it away. He just pre-held it with the British shotgun there on the smoke and got a 2k easy clutch. the entire round can come down to one piece of utility giving away the information, and I guess you can make that point for every piece of utility. I mean, a C4 can be used in that way, shield can be an insurmountable piece of utility, but still, this proximity alarm is the newest piece of utility to the defenders, and I like to see how these defenders are utilizing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm 100% agreement with you there. And I think maybe it's quite a nice thing to have the proximity alarm on, like you say, those niche operators, because, you know, I've always been a fan of those sort of niche operators, the ones that people don't really pick the most, but I think they have so much usability, and I really like to see people use them more. And the fact that now the proximity alarm is on operators like that, maybe that'll encourage, you know, players to pick it up a little bit more, and we'll see some of those spicy operators coming out. So maybe that's why we're seeing, one of the reasons at least, why we're seeing Castle being utilized a little bit more now.
Yeah, if anything, it motivates a lot of diversity on the defensive team, but already Ergo and AML, they're cutting us short in our discussion here. Deagle and Ergo now off the board. The IQ and the Thermite, two big picks. The trade coming out in favor of Frantic6 now, as he's trying to pressure onto this top red area. I believe the Sledge is currently holding it. He does spot the alibi in his crosshairs, but taking a lot of damage from, I believe that's AML. Gets a double for himself onto Wicked. The player now repelling in, that's Zofia. Just so much pressure onto this player, but this Jaeger's on an absolute killing spree, a triple for himself, drops the diffuser, and now Quackgorgle left last life with that L85.
Yeah, once again, Frantic6 mounting such a great defense here, just not dropping anything, making sure to hold on to absolutely everything with very, very great success. You can see Frantic6 going to claim round 3, and this is really nice. I really like to see what's coming out of Frantic6 here. They're playing some peak tier gaming right here. Some spicy shots.
Cheeky shot there.
Very cheeky. But I mean, that was, you know, once again, we saw the castle being employed there on the 3rd floor, and yeah, we just saw a game of drones really sort of run in and just hit a wall, not really being able to push through, not being able to crack open that defense, not able to find anything. I think they got the castle, but that was about it. As soon as that happened, all of the angles were being held. They weren't able to get in, and they barely made it beyond the red stairs.
Yeah, just completely cutting them short, not giving any little bit to play with. We know how punishing Frantic6 is. If you give them just that little piece of advantage, they're going to keep on hammering you on it, and they are not going to let it go. I've been talking this entire day and even through yesterday about how Game of Drones is a team that can claw at the back though. These guys never give up. So Game of Drones, they are down 3-0 on a defensive sided map. So it's not a big deal, but you want them to at least take 1 or 2 rounds on their attacking side, and this is the time to do it. They are the team that keeps on clawing it back, never gives up, so I want to see them win at least 1 or 2 rounds in this split.
I mean, if you want to talk about a team just gritting it out and not giving up, I must say I have to chime in for Frantic6 here, because I've been seeing them all day as well.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that previous game.
I cast the game, Frantic6 versus Aladdin wins, right? They go on now, just previously, play them again, and instead Frantic6 pushed through all the way, reverse sweep, just straight up comeback from out of nowhere, win it. And here they are putting 3 rounds on the board to start with. That is some serious grit. I think both of these teams have definitely put in some serious work to be here, and they are really, really, you know, and this is actually great, because now that I'm thinking about it, this is actually what we were talking about all those weeks ago when me and you were talking about raising the bar of R6 in the local scene. Like, that is exactly what we've seen. These teams have so, like, incredibly upped their game to the point where everything is so much better, you know, just match to match. We're seeing some incredible performances, teams putting in some serious work, really, really doing some good jobs out here. So I'm loving this, really. At the moment, this is just absolutely brilliant. And the more competition we get, the more tournaments we get, the better, because the more chance these teams have to compete against one another and improve and give us a really, really great show.
And even on top of just teams being great, is the one thing I've been really liking from this Titan Gaming tournament is how each and every single game thus far has been broadcasted, whether it be on the main channel or on individual content creators' channels. But just giving that publicity to teams helps out a lot. But Lulu cutting it short there, getting the open onto Vlad, the Jackal off the board. Vlad not doing too well thus far this game, and quite Quackgorgle getting dropped himself. Frantic6 just continuing their absolute tear here on Cafe Dostoevsky. They are not going to give up anytime soon. They are continuing this momentum. Now, Game of Drones, they're kind of in a sticky situation. The gas babe's already coming out, however. Ergo does find one onto Fish. But from the top of wide stairs, that's a cheeky one to find.
Just look at this. This is, I mean, Frantic6. I've really,
Attackers
this
drop
game
the
right here has been so impressive. I mean, look how brilliantly they're putting
It's
up
clinical.
a fight. It is. It feels that way. Like they're just holding every angle with all like the utmost perfection. I mean, look at this. Ducky, brilliant reactions. The holds coming out from every angle from Frantic6 has just been absolutely on point. Like every single time, they're just in the right place, looking in the right spots, winning the fights every time. Wow. They've been doing some serious work right now. 4 rounds up against Game of Drones, and they're not looking to stop. They're coming off of the back of quite an intense day, for matches right now, and Frantic6 are still full steam ahead.
Yeah, they are definitely not stopping anytime short, but ooh, Lulu, they're on the clash. They are so far ahead, but they're still bringing some big brain strats. They're bringing the clash, and I'm genuinely excited to see what they do with this
Attackers
one.
need to locate
Notably,
and
it's on
defuse
kitchen
bombs.
server, so usually you'd see that clash play here in bakery to delay that initial push, but as we've seen them, they put a pretty heavy emphasis on this bottom ground stairs area, so I would not be surprised if the clash assists in that hold.
Yeah, I must say this is something that we see often getting target banned, and I've actually seen it a couple times on that ban list. I think even during the games today, it was on the ban list. This is potentially why maybe Frantic6 got a couple of strats up their sleeve regarding this one, and the alibi as well getting picked up isn't something surprising. We've seen this pretty consistently as well. In recent times, a lot of
5
players
seconds to go.
sort of picking the alibi up, and whatever the reason is, I think
Attackers
definitely
objective
can
is
be
to locate a
utilized
bomb and defuse it.
quite well. The decoys, first and foremost, can do quite a bit of baiting. We've seen it, at this sort of level of play. Just spotting the head of anyone being the trigger, which is very useful with alibi. You target those players out. And of course, just the fact that the gun is so powerful. But oh, gee, IQ is going to pick one pixel is enough for AML to take him down, and that's already one player off the board for Game of Drones.
And he's hungry, he's not going to give this one up. He finds the opener onto the IQ, but he sprays on in. Tries to get another, but the diffuser dropped. Don't know if he spotted that, but if he does, he's definitely going to want to continue this engagement. There's a bit of damage there onto Diakbil. Lulu as well, assisting in this bakery initial push, as I was saying. He's not on the brown stairs angle. He is helping here by this bakery side, and this is delaying out the attackers a lot. See this Nomad here getting, well, no, it's actually the Ash to get the opener, but Wicked eventually getting dropped by the Alibi, swinging wide with the MX4 Storm, and now Diakbil left last live off the back of Figure just going insane, but he finally gets shut down. But now, so much to deal with. The clash. Is she going to get the kill with the shock? No, it's the UMP to finish it off.
Facing insurmountable odds like that, how do you even approach a situation like that where a clash is just up in your face and you cannot do anything about it? They're just tickling you with that shock. There's 50 players all around you. You don't know who to focus on. You try and spray, but it doesn't work. This is 5 rounds on the board, back to back from Frantic6 here.
5-0. That is quite a scoreboard. But yes, please pick the Amaru. Please pick the Amaru. I've been saying this for so long. Amaru is underrated, and in the right hands, aka Quite Goggles hands, this man can do some insane damage. Please do it. I believe in you.
I mean, with the recent buffs to Amaru, definitely one of those viable operators. Recovery time has been buffed, the strength is there, and the Amaru will be picked away from the Ash. So we're going to see some very spicy stuff coming in here. Frantic6, they're looking to close this one out right here, right now.
And it's not like that Amaru is a meme pick. Quite Goggle has been running that thing all day. Oh, this might be a meme pick. Look at what Figure is running. Boss G, please tell me he has the ACOG. Indeed he does. Let's go, boys. The Bikini Bodhi strat.
Well, Frantic6 have been on such a roll here. They have such a lead. They know they can meme it out a little bit. Game of Drones, obviously, they're looking to maybe do a little bit of surprise with this Amaru pick. We'll see if it works out. Of course, the Monty being picked up as well, having not been banned, could potentially form a little bit of an issue there. But Frantic6, they've been doing so well. I mean, who am I to fault them? What can I say? They've just been doing such a good job of being able to dismantle everything the Game of Drones throw at them that, I mean, I'm sure they can keep it going.
Yeah, let's see if they can keep it going, because this is definitely a bit of an alteration from their traditional strats here for Game of Drones, so something new that Frantic6 has to deal with, but I have no doubt that they will be able to deal with this. Just the way they've been playing thus far, these guys have no chill. They're just bringing blow after blow to these guys, but I want to spectate Figure here. Please find the... Oh, that would have been in the highlight clips for sure.
Yeah, that was close. That was close.
Time to move.
Well, if nothing else, well, you can use that ability for a quick repel up, but Wicked already getting dropped.
there
The
it
Montaigne down. You don't like to see that.
That's devastating. You never want the Monty to be the first one going down, and just seeing that go down off your team, there's just so much utility, so much ability to play around, just straight up gone.
Yeah, big loss there for his team, but now the Amber is swinging wide. Might just find the engagement here with Figure. He finds the kill. No, I missed that. Oh, no. Oh, I'm gonna beat myself for that. Oh! It's fine. He just continues it. Oh, this man, it's fine that we missed the first because he gets a second. Looking for more, though. He might just swing on into this Christmas angle. There's a player to his right, but the Jackals get the kill. Shutting down our fun.
Oh boy, what is even going on right now? The Jackal's gonna go down, and Frantic6 once again just closing out, super quick, super clean. Just wow, this has been just potentially the most decisive match of the game so far. I mean, of the day.
Of the tournament.
Yeah, like wow. We just see this is like we're already on match point, and we're going into the second half on match point.
I'm feeling Penta versus EG vibes here. I'm sure Figure, after losing 6-1 on that theme park, he just told his team, boys, this is not it. We need to claw this back. We've beaten 80k. We can't just lose against Aladdin. We can't lose against a game of drones. We're gonna take this all the way. We don't want to face Odyssey in the grand finals. We want a shot at that 10k prize pool. They're taking this all the way, and well, it's already on match point. You might say, sure, this is a defensive-sided map, but it's not that defensive-sided.
Yeah, I mean, what else to say other than Frantic6 after going through all of this trauma today? They're like, you know what, we're done. We're just gonna full steam ahead here. We're just gonna, you know, grab our meds, just hit this extra hard. We're in the zone now. We're not gonna let up. So let's see if this switch of halves will maybe make it a bit more difficult for Frantic6 to keep going. Right now, their operator lineup looking pretty standard, nothing crazy going on that side. On the other side, we've got drones picking up nothing crazy either. We've got the Vigil, of course, might come into play if they get some cheeky spawn picking we've seen here and there throughout the tournament, but haven't really been too prevalent. We'll see how this pans out.
Looks like a bit of banter there coming out in chat. But on the other side, we got to focus on the game, and looking at the setup, it looks very traditional. Got the player in the pixel spot, but looks like it's going to be assisted by Wicked here. This could be quite an interesting spot, or he's just AFK. Yeah, he was typing in chat.
Yeah, we're just typing. Yeah, that's how you know. Frantic6, they're like, yeah, it's fine, we got time. So this is the incredible team. It's like, I still got time.
So the attack is spawning in. No, I don't know what to say about this even, because at this point it's like Frantic6, they're gonna take this map. I'm sorry. I will eat my heart out if Game of Thrones win this, but I'm sorry, this is not happening.
I'm very sure that I will instantly become a magical anime girl if Game of Thrones manages to win this map. Seriously. Like, at this point, I'm convinced that that is exactly what will happen, because at that point, pigs will fly and everything else will come true. So, Frantic6 has absolutely run away with this one so far, and it would have to be an incredible miracle series of plays for Game of Thrones to bring this one back.
The most important takeaway... Sprang through, gets the headshot onto Amal, taking a lot of damage himself, but that's one kill on the board. An opener for Game of Thrones might just be what they need to build some momentum off of, but the attack is making quick work of opening up this top red doorway, or a wall for that matter. There's still ample time on the clock. They can push this out in due time, but let's see what the defenders can do to cancel this out. The drone's coming out, hearing the play on the repel, knows he has to move out. The buck from down below, trying to find those engagements, goes for the run out, connects onto the IQ, but cannot find the kill. The G8A1, one of the best guns in the game to block out that kill. And now, however, Cargill answering with another, that SMG11 onto Figure.
Yeah, Frantic6 having that top of red says over nice and quick is going to be useful, but what isn't going to be useful is them losing their players. It's Lulu and Fish, the last left alive from Frantic6 in a 2v4. Now, I'd be lying if I said this was impossible, but right now it's looking very, very difficult. And 1 minute left on the clock, they're going to have to find some heads really, really quickly.
Yeah, 2 ACOGs in their hand, so you have 2 pretty strong guns in the G8, A1, and 556. But when you're getting shot from your flank on top, White, what can you do about it? Lulu in a 1v4 scenario, and this is a done deal for Game of Thrones, and this might be just what they need to build some momentum, because I was wanting to talk about this earlier, but once Frantic6 took the lead this early is, if I'm not mistaken, Cafe Dostoevsky was Game of Thrones' map pick, so this doesn't bode well for them. And even further than that, if they want to win out this series, having seen what's happening on Cafe Dostoevsky now, which it's gonna go to Frantic6, is they're gonna have to push it all the way. And if they push it all the way, they're gonna have to take it to Coastline, which is Game of Thrones' worst map and Frantic6's best map. So already, Game of Thrones, they're gonna have to do something insane if they want to do this. But
yeah,
insane they might just pull off as they take the first round now. Hopefully building some momentum to get some more rounds on the board here, but like I said, this is kind of a done deal already for Frantic6 here on Cafe.
Yeah, I mean, insane is the name of the game. You know, Game of Thrones, they pick up 1 round, but we're talking about 1 up against 6. Frantic6 are still on match point. They need to win 5 more rounds in a row, back to back, just to make it to overtime.
And if they make it to overtime, they need to win out overtime.
Yeah, they still need to win the overtime.
Yeah, and then they need to either win a map on Frantic6's map pick or their worst map. This is just not looking good for them.
Yeah.
I'll share a bit from
win 2 in a row.
From before this matchup. Me and Patchy were just talking in private. He asked me, so who do you think is winning this? And I said Game of Thrones because I've casted 3 of their games now. I thought, okay, they're actually pretty good, and I stand by that. They're a good team, but I don't know if it's just Cafe
Attackers need to locate
catching
and
them
defuse
off
bombs.
guard or what it is. But Frantic6, these guys have such a lead that I might have to redact that statement.
Yeah, maybe Frantic6 have ascended and just playing on another level. So
They are the anime goals.
Absolutely frustrated. They're like, no, we're not losing a game, lads. We can't do this. We lost a game today already. We made an extra comeback. Now we're winning. We've done everything from one side of the spectrum to the other. Now it's time to win.
Yeah, so if they do win this one out, they will be facing off against Team Odyssey, Titan Gaming's very own team in the Grand Finals, where Odyssey will have the 1 map advantage. It's a pretty big one going into that final game, but could still fall either way. We know how strong Frantic6 is, but that is tomorrow's problem. Right here, right now, we still need to conclude this matchup. We've been saying it's a done deal, but I mean, either of these teams could still claw it back.
Yeah, I mean, well, we just watched Frantic6 do exactly that, so it's definitely not off of the board right now. Game of Thrones could potentially still do it, but at the level that we've been seeing from Frantic6 right here, just on this map alone, it's going to be a difficult time. And, you know, winning 5 rounds back-to-back is not very easy, which is why we've been praising Frantic6 for winning 6 rounds back-to-back. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do, but I don't think any of these teams were expecting it to be easy, so they're going to be putting their absolute best into this to try and claw those rounds back. So let's see if Game of Thrones can do it, can make it happen. Otherwise, they're going to have to put up one hell of a fight on map 2.
Yeah, just quickly looking at this overview, you've got Parcel with a late reinforcement in Laundry. Okay, dude, just apparently being so comfortable with the knowledge that he has, just reinforcing that late on, but Amel gets the open on Ergo. That is your Jaeger off the board, one of the strongest gun on the defense. We talk about the Ash Jaeger typical operator or player, but the Ash winning that one out, but eventually falling to Kwai Cargill with that SMG-11, the smoke, to reign supreme.
Yeah, I was about to say that AML, as we know, very quick on that trigger, very light on his feet, moves in, he gets the frag. That is sort of his job, and he's really, really good at it. But getting him shut down early is a really great start. But Figure gonna be firing back. Wicked goes down, and now Game of Thrones, they're on man disadvantage. And with 1 minute 25, they have to hold on to this bomb side as best they can.
Yeah, notably, they have lost the top floor control, and Frantic6, they're making the best they can of this. They're using the ITA-12 base, they're using the Buck skeleton key to open up this floorboard like it's made out of market biscuits. They're doing what they can to open this up, and well, Lulu is already using that exothermic charge onto the main kitchen panel. This is not looking good for Game of Drones.
Yeah. Yeah, any mistakes from Game of Drones are costly, and they've already made 2 of those. So let's see if it will
Another.
continue to be coming out there. There's another one. Yeah, IQ going to be moving in. 2 Game of Drones players left
Another.
alive, and another
Attackers have
one.
located a bomb.
This looks like it
Another
could
one.
be it.
Yeah, I'm Kanye.
there it
I'm
is.
Kanye, not what's it called? DJ Khaled, but I can give you the stat. That's another mistake coming out from Game of Drones, and that is a map for Frantic 6.
Yeah, it is exactly as we called it. I will not be transforming into a magical anime girl today. It is going to be Frantic 6 winning map 1, and that's going to be Game of Drones having to put in their absolute best going into map 2. So I'm sure we'll be getting into that very soon. Of course, I'm going to chuck in a quick little plug for our sponsor here. Of course, anyone who sponsors esports in the country, always big props to them. And who better than to sponsor Titan Rainbow Six tournament right here than Sell Us Cars. If you're looking to sell your cars quick and easily and safely for cash, then selluscars.co.za is the way to do that. So yeah, thank you. That's pretty much it for the round. I think we can move on to the break and then head into map 2.
Yeah, so like Patchy said, quick break. We will be back in probably 5 to 6 minutes, not too long. Just want to give these players just a quick breather after that intense game. So be back shortly. Cheers. Whew. Okay, let's get into Villa, which will be our second map. Frantic6 will be starting on attack. Game of Drones will be on attack during overtime. So, obviously, Villa, a defensive-sided map, traditionally, you would give the inherent advantage to Game of Drones, but with just how strong Frantic6 have been playing, it might just fall the other way. Patchy, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I mean, heading into map 2, obviously all our thoughts are going to be sitting on what happened in map 1, and that was Frantic6 taking a incredibly decisive victory, like the likes of which we haven't seen in quite some time, and I don't think ever in this tournament specifically. Very, very hard hit from Frantic6. They just clapped it out, won it out, and now we're here already on map 2, looking to see if Frantic6 can keep it up. And like you said, this is Frantic6 map pick, which means that Game of Drones are going to be on potentially less familiar territory. So that is just going to be one other reason why Frantic6 going to keep that steamroll going, going to keep the snowball going, and win this one out. So that's what they're going to be planning on doing. And Game of Drones, they have a lot of work ahead of them. They have to win this out to take us to a map 3, which they also then have to win out if they want to win this match.
You were muted that entire time. Oh, I'm kicking myself. This is the go to full screen from the esports faction days all over again. Patchy with his ultimate form there. Yeah, name a more iconic joke, Kanye Diffuse, and mismanaging the overlays in the stream. But quick TLDR, Patchy, the
interjection. Please hold the game for a few seconds, and I just need to sort out some issues. Thank you.
Okay, apparently we're gonna have to wait a few seconds. That's chill. So Patchy, even more time to catch up.
Yeah, we could just start from the beginning of the game, right? So basically, I said the following. Right? I'm not going to say word for word because I have absolutely no idea what I said. But basically, the general idea of what I was saying is this, right? We're on map 2. It's been very short. Map 1, Frantic6 won with the most decisive victory we've seen for quite some time and in the tournament as a whole. They won it so decisively, in fact, that now moving into map 2, which is their map pick, they're looking super strong, super spicy. So the question that I'm raising is, can they keep the steamroll going? Can they snowball? Can they just win it out 2-0? Or are Game of Drones going to fight back, win map 2 out, and then take us to a map 3? Because right now, Game of Drones have to play the long game. They have to win map 2, and then they have to win map 3 if they want to win the matchup overall. So Game of Drones are in a difficult spot. They're going to have a lot of work to do in order to win this one out. Frantic6, they've just done such a good job that they've put themselves in a really advantageous position.
Yeah, and I actually want to know what stream thinks about this. I'm currently making a straw poll to see what you guys are thinking. I'm pasting that into the stream as we speak. We'll... I quickly made a straw poll. Link is in the chat. This is a 300-second delay, so you're probably going to be hearing this in a few minutes. But the straw poll is currently in the Twitch or the YouTube live chat. But we have gotten confirmation that indeed we are good to go. So without further ado, Patch, if you're ready, let's head on into the beautiful. Let's head on into the beautiful what's it called, Tuscan countryside of Villa.
Yeah, I mean there it is. We're ready to go. One of those matches that has kept me very, very easily engaged, and I'm sure that is going to continue going forward. Frantic6 gave us such a good showing. I'm sure that they will keep it up. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to see some spicy plays. No matter who wins out this map, it will be quite interesting.
Yeah, so let me just quickly fix the overlays, Patchy. Can you commentate this ban phase?
Yeah, I certainly can, because right now we're expecting pretty standard bans. The only sort of outliers that I expect to see are, of course, any target bans that might come out. Everything else relatively standard. So there's the Thatcher as per usual.
I was fixing the overlay, and I literally changed the Thatcher PNG to a Thatcher PNG. What an interesting and new ban.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that's pretty standard stuff, not really crazy. There's the target, so Jack going to be taken off the board. We've seen that quite a bit as well, a very annoying operator to try and deal with, especially when you can just sniff out all your players. And then we're expecting pretty standard bans on the defense side as well, so the Mirror and the Echo. If anything else comes out, it will most likely be targeted.
Target that. Just the caster curse.
Exactly. Yeah, there it is. So the Clash going to be taken off the board. They don't want to deal with that. So that's going to leave one of those two operators up. So either the Mirror or the Echo is going to be still left up here, which is very interesting because both of those operators are very strong. So it's going to be the Mirror taken off the board, which means Echo is still available. So Game of Drones, maybe they have it in here, maybe they can use the Echo to some effect here on the defense, maybe they can use that as a sort of springboard to start getting the rounds into this match and maybe win out the map overall.
Yeah, that'd definitely be a big one to get. I currently see someone joking in the chat, Gian Pritchard saying, Kanye, lock the Trelly door, my man. I might just have to do that, and just seeing that's open. I mean, at least it's not a spider in my background. Chat was flaming me the entire day. I don't know if you saw that, but I was mentioning that I have arachnophobia on the stream, and after that someone sent me on Twitter just a giant image of a spider.
Wow, chat loves to bully you.
Yeah, indeed. Whether it be me mismanaging the OBS overlays, whether it be my own insecurities that chat just loves making fun of.
Bombs as they
Oh boy.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh well, here we go. It's going to be second before I usually really expect anything else. Game of Drones going to be mounting their absolute best defense here because nothing short of best will be enough to take down Frantic6, which has been on quite the rampage if we've ever seen one. And, well, they're going to be looking to extend that going forward. They want to close this one out 2-0 and move their way on into the grand finals, which would be quite spicy indeed. They've put up such a good fight now. So, yeah, let's see if they can do it or if Game of Thrones will be able to win this map out and take us to a map 3.
seconds left before
Yeah, I would hope that, but also my sleep schedule says I don't hope that. My mind kind of in two. We've casted a few long games, but this is just another one on top of it. Ergo going for this quick spawn peek. He might just be able to find something, but going just too early. These players were going to run through here, but they just decide to delay it for a few seconds. Quite smart of them to do that. Eventually, that's going to allow them to get safely to this balcony area, at the very least, where they will probably eventually die, because this is Siege, a game where you try and kill people for fun. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Sounding like my dad there.
Yeah, well, Echo's going to be the first one to fall, and that's going to be a big player called Frantic6. Fish going to fire back, take down Carl, which is the big player on the side of Game of Thrones. So two big players on both teams now being taken out, and that's going to leave 2 minutes for both of these teams to try and make something happen.
Yeah, so looking at the defensive lineup here, they are playing this very passively. They don't even have an extension into either bathroom or this main bedroom area. This is just free real estate for the attacking team, and well, they are seeing this. They are making quick work of entering into the bathroom area, trying to find the engagement. An insane flick coming out from Fish, a double for himself on the round with that G8A1, with the best guns in the game. I would say most people consensus, but the Doctor answered back with that kill. G8A1 isn't really that useful when you are dead, so a great way to answer back by that, to that aggression showcased. Now equalized out once again, 3-on-3.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to, equalize stuff out, the best way to counter those OP strats is just to kill the guy. So, yeah, there it is, taken off the board. It's 3 versus 3 with 1:20 left on the clock. Who comes out on top of this one? See, Frantic6 so decisively taking map 1. Let's see if they can continue that streak. Right now, they're breakneck even in terms of the man counts. And this is the sort of trend set right here. Like, who comes out with round 1 usually determines who has that trigger for the next. So we'll see who comes out on top of this one. 58 seconds left on the clock. Somebody has to pull the trigger.
Yeah, pull the trigger if they need to, because they need to clear out the players here. It's still a 3-on-3 with 50 seconds. The diffuser is on Lulu here in bathroom, but one of these players are going to have to make a move, and well, the first one to do that is Ergo. The MP5 ACOG proving very useful, getting the kill onto Ducky. Now the player on the hard right here in Statuary. Zofia trying to clear him out, but it does find the first onto the dock. A great opener now. Once again, equalized. Knowing where this player is, they know he's in this corner. They're going to just flush him out. The Type 89 from the side of the Ivana to lock it out. Now Wicked left last live with that SMG-11 in hand. He's flanking from this master bathroom area. The plot, however, is going down. He needs to try and do this, but he might just swing into it. The Zofia, however, gets the kill. And that is how they won it out. Frantic6 to take the first round. Is this a continuation of the absolute tear they've been on? Was this just Game of Drones with an unfortunate start to this map. According to chat, it is no, this is just Frantic6 continuing the tear, because the straw poll at the moment, 66% of you saying no, Game of Drones is not going to make a comeback.
I mean, based on what we saw in the first map, it's definitely, we can understand why people would be saying that. But right there, what we saw from Frantic6, because in the beginning and the middle stages of that round, it was kind of even. Both teams were getting this and that. They were kind of playing back and forth as per usual. But right at the end, we saw some absolutely pristine teamwork coming out from Frantic6 there. Like, the perfect teamwork coming out there. They both double peaked, they cleared an angle together, absolutely securing it. And then one player plants, one player holds. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly where they need to be. And yeah, we see the results of that. So definitely unsurprising that we see Frantic6 pulling that out. They've been showing really good capability of doing things like that in recent times, and that's just a really great showcase of their ability to work together as a team, and that has come out to work in their favor. They're going to be taking round 1 and moving into round 2 with the same fervor. And they're going to try and get another round for themselves.
Yeah, Frantic6, we talked about this in the seeding of this tournament, actually, where we actually ranked the current teams in SA. Quite a consensus that ATK was first, and then followed by Frantic6. So these guys are the giants in SA, next to ATK, obviously, and ATK not being in the tournament. I would say this is most people's favorite to win this one out, having unfortunately lost early on into the tournament against, I believe it was Memento Mori, if I'm not mistaken. But these guys have just been showing us that they are a force to be reckoned with. They will never stop fighting. And this is what they were going for. They're trying to win this round out. They're trying to win every single one out, but a thorn in the side for the time being. Cade getting the opener, however, answered back by Fish with that G8A1, the gun we've been talking about so much. Just so effective tapping those heads. Now the push going into this landing area. The Ash starting to push into this connector area. This is a very quick execute coming out from Frantic6.
Yeah, some strong stuff coming out. Just very great. It's 1 for 1 at the moment. 2 minutes left on the clock. We have 4 against 4. But Frantic6 have proven that it doesn't matter the man count is even. They can still make it happen. They can work very well. Now they're trying to be found.
And Fish now continuing his tear with a double kill for himself in the round, but Ergo now answering back with a kill down to AML. This is the Ash off the board, one of their star players. Still trying to find more though. Fish is on side. I don't think they know about this. He might just find the play in Astro. That is, if I'm not mistaken, Ergo on the dock. That would be a massive one to lose, but he finds the smoke. Smoke Babes now off the board, and Lulu is going for the plant. 1v3 now. Vlad left lost live. This is not looking good for Game of Drones.
Yeah, once again, Frantic6 just coming out on top, playing everything so well, making sure they're getting everything they need to get now. The angle's held by Vlad, he knows exactly who the player is, but is he going to win the fight? That has still been yet to be decided. He does take the damage there, doesn't check. There it is, quick and clean once again, Frantic6 taking around.
Frantic6 there just proving that you don't need some complicated strats to win out a round. You just push landing, you push statuary, you plant the bomb, and you win. Easy as that.
Yeah, they do make it seem so easy, but they really have been on quite a roll here. They do not want to get kicked out of this tournament. They do not want to go down. And who can blame them? The prize is there. It's waiting at the end of the tunnel. And only one of these teams can progress forward. It's either going to be Game of Thrones or it's going to be Frantic6. And Frantic6 have put their foot down and said, it's going to be us, lads. We're going to make sure we make it there.
Yeah, and this is going to Aviator and Games Room now as their defensive bomb site. See if Game of Drones can prove to be a thorn in their side, but it's just not looking likely. These guys are just struggling to find even a single point of entry here. They just can't answer back to Frantic6, it looks like.
Yeah, and I mean, the question I have to put to you at the moment is, do you think this map is defender-sided? Because right now, Game of Thrones are on the defense, and they still haven't managed to take ground for Frantic6.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about how traditionally defensive-sided Villa is, but you can't always rely on the stats, but even then, surely you can take one round. They're down to an 0 now, so definitely not representative of the entire picture. They still have a few rounds to work with here, but it's just not looking good. These rounds have just been so one-sided. Frantic6 have just I said this in the game on Cafe, they've been playing a clinical playstyle. They're just winning out each and every gunfight. They are playing this to an absolute, to a degree that we aren't seeing a lot in South African Siege. These guys are proving why they are a force to be reckoned with.
Perimeter defense active.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, we said the same thing on the first map, like, oh, this is not the decided here, there's still plenty of room for Game of Thrones to work with. That's exactly what we said at the point when Frantic6 were 2-0 up on map 1, and we saw how that turned out. So, let's see if that is an indicator of what we're going to be seeing going forward. Let's see if Frantic6 can continue their assault there. Not finding anything yet, but they are not letting up. You can see their aggression, they're displaying their sharp fangs here. Really just putting in the shots in every single angle here.
Yeah, the one point of defense now is going to be this Doc Ergo here, playing this deployable shield with the MP5 ACOG. It's going to be the one player that can actually delay this push into the study area. The drone's coming out. The Zofia currently holding that window. He spots out the head. He might just go for the pre-fire here. However, does not connect the bullet. That would have been one of the most satisfying one-taps ever, but unfortunately he does miss that one single bullet. The Ash now looks like she might just go for this wide swing onto this doorway. Notably, Vlad is also helping him out, so if the Ash does go for this, he might just get caught up from the side, but Figures, while taking a lot of damage here down below, don't know exactly where that came from.
Yeah, right now no one has fallen just yet. We're waiting for one of the players to fall here. Frantic6 trying to find something to give them that go signal. They need a pick of some kind, and picks will come, but it's the trade 1-1. 4 players left alive on each side, so if you're moving very quickly upstairs, but will be taken down quickly by Ergo.
Yeah, now it just comes down to whether Game of Thrones can keep this momentum going. They find the kill onto the IQ, and this looks like they might just get their first round, and indeed they do. Game of Thrones take the round off of what I can only describe as unfortunate gunfights.
Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones were finding what they needed to find there. You know, when we talk about what they need to adjust in order to start giving themselves rounds, you know, they need to make sure that they're not giving any free kills away, because a lot of the time, in fact, almost every round we've seen so far that Frantic6 have gotten for themselves, they usually get an early pick or some sort of early in towards the bomb site. They'll get a kill, and even though it might be traded out somewhere else, they still get something on the map. In this particular round that we just saw happen, they didn't get anything, and they were waiting. The trade came in instantly. They didn't get anything on the map, and by the time they needed to get inside, they were losing the fights. They were, and Game of Thrones pretty much just had to hold, make sure they, you know, got the shots in, won the fights, and they did that. So they got their round, they got what they needed to do, and that's what we're going to see more of if Game of Thrones won up the round.
So do you think if Game of Thrones can essentially not take those early gunfights, just stay alive for as long as they can, they should be able to get it, what, 4 rounds now on the board? It's looking unlikely, but it's still a possibility to get them.
I mean, one of the things that they could potentially do is put some presence on the map to delay, but not with intent to take fights. Maybe you put the presence on the map, you make sure you're there so that Frantic6 don't get anything for free. As soon as you stop putting pressure on, you can return fire when the page is you sort of fall back slowly. Make sure that you waste as much time as possible, so that by the time Frantic6 are getting something going, everything's working against you. Because as a defender, you need to make sure you're utilizing everything to your advantage. You need to make sure the time's working against the attacks. You need to make sure that everything, setups are working against them, everything's working against them, so that by the time they can get anything done, time's working against them, and they can't really get anything, and they lose the fight, because they are forced to push uncomfortably.
Yeah, it's a playstyle pioneered by, back in the day, Frantic6Esports with Shatter and Pengu as the catalyst for that. They played a strat where they would essentially just play everywhere on the map and nowhere at the same time. They would fall back from each and every spot, but just rotate into another, being a thorn in the side, staying alive for as long as they can. And I think the main reason that strat has fallen off is because you can buy time in other ways, notably the 20-second meta. You just delay on the side for as much as you can because of that utility, and it's honestly kind of sad to see that insane meta being swept to the side because of just utility usage. But it's the name of the game. Fish getting the opener here. That is with the G8A1, the gun we've been praising so much, but from the side, from Astro's side, the 416C carbine, another gun that deserves some praise, one of the best ones on the defensive side, gets the opener there onto the IQ, equalizes it out.
Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want about the G8, but ultimately, if you're not hitting the shots, you're not hitting the shots. So there it is, 1-for-1 at the moment. 4 players on either side. Nice, so not going to connect the shots coming through, but they will not hit. Instead, AML and Fig are going to be putting the shots in, and now it's Vlad and Wicked. Last 2 left alive for Game of Drones with 1 minute 30 to hold on. And this is them just losing those early fights and making it so difficult because there's plenty of time for Frantic6 to play with. They have an advantage. They've got everything they need. They can just play this one quickly as they usually do. With the last one left alive, can he win it out? SMG11 will find 1, but I'm not sure if it's going to be good for 3 more.
And the plant now coming down. Diffuser set on the A-bomb site in Statuary. SMG11, it's going to be hard to play these long angles, especially against these players with the ACOGs. But taking so much damage now. The smoke bait's finally getting ripped, but through the wall. AML, some godly game sense there. Sprays through the wall, gets the smoke there, and he locks out the round. Great play from Frantic6 now, a 3-1 lead, and Game of Drones is not looking good, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, right now, Frantic6, they're putting in the work. It's full steam ahead for them, basically, coming off the back of the first map. They got 3 rounds now up on to only 1 on the side of a Game of Drones, of course. And, well,
they're going to have to put a lot more work in to try and make something happen, because right now they are slowly losing grip of these rounds.
Okay, I'm just quickly going to have to fix the audio input, because apparently chat can hear an echo in your voice. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know how that is happening.
Are your headphones very loud?
No. Yeah, just quickly cast while I try and sort that out. Cool.
Okay. We'll see what happens on that front. In any case, apologies for that. We are hopefully going to sort that out nice and quick. At the moment, what you can see on your screen here is a nice ceiling. Oh, sorry, a roof. Actually, there is a difference between ceiling and roof. That is something that you might not know, but there is a difference. In any case, we're going to have a Game of Drones trying to make something happen here. They're going to be picking up the castle to try and make it work, cut off those rotations, make things difficult for the attackers. And that's the sort of time-wasting tactics that we need to see coming out of Game of Drones. We need more castles, more smokes, that kind of stuff coming out from them, because that, I think, we sort of see as the only way they can sort of get back into this one, because right now, nothing else seems to be working. Frantic6 just being able to do everything that they need to do, winning it out left and right. So let's see if they can come out on top of this one. You can see the castle barricades coming down to try and make it difficult to rotate up here on the top floor. But the question is, are they going to show presence up here towards the top floor? Are they going to put on the presence across the board here behind these castle barricades, try and make something happen? Or are they just going to fall once again?
Yeah, and fall they do. Fish getting the opener onto Wicked. It's not looking good for Game of Drones. We've been saying they need to start making a change. They need to start winning out some rounds, but they just can't. This is do or die, and well, it's looking like they just might die.
Yeah, well, it could definitely happen. There's still chance, but, you know, chance is one thing. Being able to actually convert that chance into actual rounds and wins is something else entirely. And right now, Game of Drones already a player down. They has a trade come through. So it is 4 against 4 now. Ergo, Tier Peel, Vlad, and White Carl. 4 players for Game of Drones. Ducky, Lulu, AML, Fish. The 4 players for Frantic6. 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the clock. Can they launch this attack successfully?
And they only have the soft breach on the Ash there. Only the 2 charges that can take care of those castle barricades, which they're gonna have to clear that out if they want to push here from this. I believe this is called Pantry area, but. The kill coming out from Spike Cargill with that SMG11 connects onto AML. The Ash off the board now. That's the one player that would have been able to take care of those castle barricades. So that is a massive loss to the team now. In a 4v3, looks like Game of Drones might just be able to lock out this round.
Yeah, and this is a lot more stable work coming out from them this time around, a lot more clean than it was in the first map, but still a long ways to go if they want to claw this back. Of course, again, if they win this one, at least they'll have 2 against 3, which is not too bad, but that is assuming that they manage to close this one out. And recently, we've seen a lot of teams being able to get towards the end, but not close the distance. Now we see 2 coming out. There's only 2 players left alive for Frantic6. Can they make it happen? It's a 2v3 with Frantic6. They've been so good lately, they could surely make this happen.
Yeah, they're trying to make this happen, but Just spraying through the wall, tags onto the Jaeger. This is still definitely in favor of Game of Drones, but this could sway either side very quickly. One kill from either one of these teams, and it could be a very different conversation. And he gets the opener. Ergo to get one, tries to connect onto the second, however cannot spray through. Ducky left last alive for his team in this 1v2 scenario. Picks up the diffuser, but 20 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to make a move here. Seemingly knowing of the smoke's positioning here. Pre-fires on into the bomb chassis, but 10 seconds on the clock. He needs to either go for the plant or get this kills, but from the side, on the flank, the UMP to get the final kill. No! He gets the double, looking for the smoke, but finally with the SMG-11, it's Vlad to lock it out.
I was about to lose my mind. I was about to lose my mind. If that buck had taken down Vlad, I would have just lost my mind. That would have been like a split second remaining, 1v2 or 3. Just wow, that was very close. But ultimately, Game of Drones are going to be taking their second round on the board, so at least they've got that going for them. They've stopped Frantic6 from running away with it like they did in map 1. But is it going to be enough to stop Frantic6 in total?
If they get this 3-3 round split in this half, it would definitely... It'd be fine. That's okay. Sure, you'd expect maybe a 4-2 on your defensive side on Villa, but 3-3, it's fine. It's good. It's good. But heading on to the attacking half, that's where it's going to hit the fan, because they are not a traditionally very strong side on attack. Whereas Frantic6, they are very strong on that defensive side.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently, people are saying that the audio is slightly delayed. I'm not too sure what that's about.
How even?
I have no clue.
Okay, wait, just quickly keep... Okay, I'm just going to mute you quickly. Let me see if this works.
Device placed.
Okay, so we do have game audio. It's just... What do they mean it's delayed?
Voice.
I
know what that
do
is.
not know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The echo.
Apparently it's in-game sound. So apparently, like, if a C4 gets exploded, then you hear it like 10 seconds later.
Wow. I have no idea what that's due. I don't know if that's because stream is behind, because I think, fix that. So just wait this out, cast this for the time being, and see if the issue is still persistent within the next 300 seconds there. Just confirm with chat. You guys, if you are hearing this, is this audio correct? That is what I want to hear. But in the meantime, let's see if the defensive side of Game of Drones can continue the momentum on this previous round, try and claw something back. Fish already taking a tad bit of damage here. Don't know where from, but if they had lost him early on, it would have been a big deal, because he's currently the top fragger there on the side of Frantic6. Definitely doing a lot for his team. See here the Iana drone, an operator we don't see at all enough of, because she can be so useful, but the Ash, trying to find that engagement with the smoke, cannot find it though. Looking for the headshot, so aggressive early on. See if Game of Drones can answer back to this though.
Yeah, speaking of the Iana, we see her actually a lot more recently. In this tournament specifically, I've seen her quite a bit. She is a very, very useful operator, can grab so much intel, and also do a little bit of decoying, so definitely useful. The fact that she's basically a giant drone that spawns every couple of seconds is pretty spicy. In the meantime, Frank's going to be going back and forth. Vlad and Fish taken off the board, so it is a 4v4 now for both of these teams. 1 minute 25 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if they can make this happen.
Yeah, this is going to be hard though. The attacking side, they're stalling out a bit here at 90. Their angles are being held. There's players on the flank. They need to worry about this. But the opener there, Ergo getting an insane kill there from the long angle, being held onto AML. And that's a big one. That's a big player to lose early on. The Ash, now a minute left still on the clock. They need to start pushing on into this bomb site. But they still need to deal about this player here at the top of stairs. But figured to get a good opener onto Ergo. That's the Doc now off the board. A little bit less pressure here for the attacking side.
Yeah, 3v3, something has to budge, and it's going to be Tyr who's going to fall. Frigga going to be getting one wicked, going to be firing back. It's a 2v2, make that a 1v2. Iana, last one left, takes down one. It's a 1v1, 35 seconds on the board. Who is going to sneak this one out?
Yeah, it's a diffuser. They need to push this, and he's not going to know that positioning.
Yeah, that's a cheeky little position hold right there. If he uses the Iana drone, he could potentially sniff this one out.
It's too dangerous of a position to use the Iana drone. Yep, there it goes. Because he was still worried about the player potentially in games room, so he couldn't really have used the Arno drone that positioning. But nonetheless, Game of Drones, they are the team that can always, no matter what, claw it back, it seems. 3-0 deficit, and they turn it into a 3-3. No, 2-1 deficit, I think was the max. Nonetheless, it ends in an equal split. Game of Drones, they'll be heading to their attacking side now.
Yeah, heading into the second round, nice and even, a much better showing for Game of Drones, giving them a chance to bring this back and potentially take us to a map 3, but they still have to close it out. And now Frantic6 is on the defense. Let's see if they can put down a solid wall of defense, or if Frantic6 will fall to Game of Drones coming back, giving them a what for. We'll see.
Yeah, so I believe they're heading to Games Room and
Attackers need to locate
Aviator.
and defuse
Indeed
as
they
many
are.
bombs as they can.
Let's see what they can do is this bomb site. Notably, figure here on the Goyo. I believe this is the first time in this entire series when we're seeing the Goyo being picked. Pretty influential one. We were talking about the 22nd meta earlier on. And yeah, that's one of the main operators when looking at the 22nd meta is this Goyo. A very influential operator in the overall meta of this game. It's definitely been a big part. He has been nerfed a few times, but still, his presence is currently through the roof in most major tier games. So let's see if Game of Drones can deal with this utility. They do have the Ash, the Zofia, and the Sledge to deal with all of this utility on the side of Frantic6. So just based on that, it looks like they should be able to deal with it.
Attackers must locate and defuse.
Yeah, but having the utility to deal with it is one thing, and actually dealing with it is something completely different. So we'll see if they can make that distance, get to the point where they can deal with it with that utility, or Frantic6 will be able to shut them down before they can get anything done. Ooh,
Yeah.
a quick spawn peek. Look at that. A run out very quickly happening there. Vlad and Figure are going to be exchanging a little bit of damage there, but nothing else is going to be happening. Too crazy just yet.
That's about an equal trade coming out. Both of these players on around 60 HP, so none the wiser here coming out of it. But the attacking side, they are starting to enter on into this balcony area. They need to use this positioning to their advantage though, because the players on Frantic6, they still have a lot of map control to work with. They can still freely roam on most of this top floor area, so they're gonna have to lock these players out if they want to do anything with this. And lock it out, they might just Yash here on this window. Let's see if she can do anything with this positioning, but ergo it will be to get the opener onto Ducky. All three smoke canisters now lost, and AML as well taken off the board. Deakpeel to get that one. Now Game of Drones, for the first time in this game, or in this entire series for that matter, they might just have the lead if they win this round. But Lulu getting one for himself. He's saying no, it's not going to be that easy.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, that's a really great opener for Game of Drones. They could potentially push this one out to a victory, but we've seen Frantic6 be able to close things out a lot more consistently of late. So right now, Game of Drones, they have to make sure they put in absolute everything they can. They need to play to the T right now. Making mistakes is basically going to spell their doom, so they can't make any of those. They have to make everything count for them. 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock. They have the man advantage right now. They need to convert that into some more wins towards the site.
Yeah, now these players starting to repel in, starting to push in. They need to take these players, but the ping's coming out with that alibi. Charisma, he's going to now know of that positioning. Uses the vertical angle, cannot find anything though. Frantic6, they are at a back foot. They have the man disadvantage, but they have time on their side. It's often said time is the sixth man on the defensive side. So let's see if they can work with it, and he does. Fish gets the opener. Wicked drop now. It's a big one to find. Equalizes it out into a 3-on-3. Gets another, well, Vlad gets one onto Fish. So now a 2-on-3 scenario.
Reloaded!
Ooh. Lulu just barely missing that one out. Game of Drones still with the man advantage. Figure and Lulu, the last one left for Frantic6. They could potentially still hold on to the side, but right now their own defenses coming in the clutch for them. The defuser will be retrieved, but Teod is going to get Lulu, leaving everything onto Figure. He could make it happen, but it's 1v3. Everything has to be perfect, and it's not. Game of Drones. Round 7.
That is the first time in this entire series that they have the lead.
Yeah, and they started with the lead in the beginning of this round, and they kept it going all the way to the end.
Yeah, that's good to see, because I think all of the rounds they've won have been kind of iffy if on whether it was a complete lockout. There wasn't ever a complete lockout for Game of Thrones, and this was the first one where they had the advantage almost all the way through, and that's good to see. It's good to see them finally finding their footholding to potentially springboard into this round and potentially take Frantic6's map pick in Villa. So heading to trophy and statuary now, looking to continue that momentum gained by their first defensive round and see what happens with this one.
Yeah.
Attackers need
Yeah,
to
let's see
locate
if
and
Game of
defuse
Drones
as many
can
bombs
keep
as they
this
can.
one going for the first time. They have that lead. They do not want to let it go, and to do so would be quite tragic for them. Of course, now Frantic6 going to be right up here on the second floor, trying to defend this trophy room defense here, of course. And they've got a pretty standard operator lineup. Nice utility denial, of course, coming out from the Jaeger Wamai. They've got Legion to maybe play a little bit of time. Of course, the Rook there getting 8 cog, and of course a bit of extra plate for some renewed for longevity in fights. You know, a little bit of extra hits can always come out in your favor, so that might just help them a bit. And then of course the alibi, which we've been seeing a lot more in recent times.
Yeah, so looking at this attacking lineup on the other side, once again, all of that soft breach, the thermite there and the IQ. Notably, Thatcher is banned, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
I was going to say Thatcher isn't banned, but indeed he is, so they can't really use that. But the thermite, I wonder if he's going to be able to open up this main master bedroom wall, because when Frantic6 were on the attacking side, they almost never were able to actually open something with that exothermic charge.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has
Now
been
we'll
dropped.
see if Game of Drones
Attackers
can
recover
indeed
the
pull that off. If they can make it happen, still have to get in towards the site to do it, though. Of course, making their way in momentarily as we speak, just trying to get those pressure angles on there, make sure they're looking in towards the site and everything is on lock. I'm just waiting for them to get that setup going, and of course they're going to be wanting to try their absolute best to make sure they keep their leads going forward, because right now they have a really good chance of taking themselves towards that match point. Frantic6, on the other hand, need to make the rounds count. They need to make the comeback happen, which is very interesting to say, especially considering the recent history of what we've been seeing here. But yeah, that's what needs to happen. Frantic6 need to put some more rounds on the board if they want to secure this for themselves. Let's see if they can make it happen. 1 minute 45 seconds on the clock.
And so a lot of map control has been conceded by Frantic6. They've given up the entire bedroom and toilets area, so a lot to work with here for the side of Game of Drones, but they need to pressure onto site. You can't just have map control, you need to translate that into a site take. Now using that soft reach utility to take care of those deployable shields and Goyo shields, but the trades coming out already, Deagle and Ducky getting one for themselves each. Equalized out into a 4-4. Looks like the flank will be coming out here from Urko. He's down below, joined by the IQ. Trying to see what they can do here, using that vertical pressure, but the thermite's already off the board, so they won't be able to open up that main bedroom wall.
Yeah, 1 minute left now on the clock as Frantic6 need to hold on to this defense. Game of Drones trying to push their way into site. Can they convert the rounds? Ash goes down. That is going to be AML picking up one, almost gets a second, but the Sledge will manage to convert it out. So we still have a 3-on-3 at the moment. Everyone's still even, but there comes the first. So IQ going to fall. That's going to leave 2 now on the board for Game of Drones, and this might just be slipping one by one out of their grip. They need to hold on to this. This is their chance at bringing it back. It's going to happen. Sophia falls, so that almost spells the end of the round for them. It's only Wicked left alive. 1v3 in 30 seconds.
You know, Fish, we see him play the alibi quite a lot, and that's why he plays it, because he is just so comfortable with that MX4 Storm. A pea shooter of a gun, but in the right hands when you're tapping those heads, it doesn't really matter. Siege, a game, one-tap headshot is a thing. Hate it, love it or hate it, he's spitting straight facts.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're hitting the headshots, it doesn't matter how much damage you do. It doesn't matter what's going on. If you're landing the headshots, it doesn't matter. But Wicked going to be landing the shots with the SMG-11, but it's not enough. Frantic6 will take round 8 and even things out 4-4.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that Frantic6 wanted to try and cancel out. They didn't want Game of Drones to start building some momentum, because if they did, it would have been hard for them to actually build it back up. We're far into this game. If a team pulls out ahead right now, they could easily take this.
Yeah, absolutely. This is very much a game of sort of back and forth play, you know. One team takes one, another team takes one. It's sort of like a flowing sea almost back
Yin
and
and
forth
yang.
against the coastline. Yeah, very much so. It is very much a game of that sort of back and forth play, and being able to shut down that momentum is super, super critical, especially like you say, in the late stages of this game. So right now, 4-4, they're going to be pulling out some spicy tactics. You can see that Knock getting sixth picked away from the Twitch. So that's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how that's used. I think Nock is maybe a little bit
Attackers need to
underrated, but
locate and
she's
defuse
very,
as many
very niche
bombs
and
as they
it works in
can.
very specific situations. On the other hand, we have the Echo coming out in the hands of Ducky for Frantic6, which we haven't seen so far, which is quite surprising considering the power that the Echo holds. This could be what they needed to start bringing the rounds back for themselves and win this one out.
Yeah, considering as well that he was banned on Cafe Dostoevsky, this is the first time in the series that the Echo's on the board, and well, he's an operator that can win a round with the single tap of a button. Talk about people raging about Lion, about his scanner being so powerful, the tap of a button, but Echo, I'd argue, even more so.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to disrupt the defuse plunder
5
is
seconds left.
quite, you know, quite a considerable advantage, and just being able to do it from distance is, well, that's something spicy in and of itself, especially considering his distance is also invisible. So that is, you know, just one of the reasons that Echo is such a pick band operator, and no surprise that he is pick banned. But interestingly enough, this is the first time, like we said, that we've seen him getting picked up here, which is odd because you would suspect that Game of Drones might be able to do something with him in the previous half, but they didn't really, and now it's going to be utilized against them. We'll see if that does come back to bite them, or if they'll be able to continue to push some rounds in their favor.
Or the Echo drone being used as a makeshift normal drone. Seemingly entry droning for the Jaeger here into master bedroom. Seeing that there's no one currently in it, but the Knock actually going to be spraying on through that wall. A bit of a nuisance here for the Jaeger. Who will find this engagement with the FMG9? It is the Knock to find that one. We said it's a niched operator, but in that scenario, when the Echo drone cannot see where she is, that is where I'm stumbling over my words already. This has been a long day. This is where she shines. There we go.
Exactly the case. You know, we were talking about the niche positions that she can be utilizing, and if you're using Defender drone to drone out the rooms, sure, that's incredibly powerful because it's unexpected, but against the Knock, that's even more unexpected. She's just going to run straight past, and that's exactly what happens. Gets a nice quick headshot into AML, a huge player taken off the board. Now, Quiet Carl's very, very low, but they still have the man advantage, so Game of Drones have a really good start to this round. They could make this happen still. This could be the round they needed to pull out ahead once again. Frantic6 going to be looking to shut that down as soon as they can.
Yeah, now Game of Drones, they have a lot of map control. They have a lot to work with here. Ergo has taken almost the entire north side of the map for himself, and all of the players on the side of Frantic6, they are left either on site or close to it. So if Game of Drones go for a quick push here, they might just be able to lock it out, but that's not what you want from a quick push. He was drunk from that Echo stun. Now getting one of the other. Fish gets another double kill for himself. Goes for the third. Can he find this? A triple kill for Ergo, though. A triple kill for Fish. Triple after triple. Hat-trick after hat-trick.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What is this? I mean,
Attackers recover
yeah,
the
that
bomb
I was about to say, you know, the Echo, it doesn't matter, you can disrupt the diffuser, but you can also just disrupt people running in, which is exactly what happens with the trades coming out. Mean that Game of Drones just in the brilliant position, and that Knock really actually coming out to doing some serious work for them.
There's so much cricket references in this game. We got wicket, or even though it's not close, but triple after triple, wicket there. Just, is this going to be a cricket match in terms of how long the game continues? That's my one gripe with cricket, is it just keeps on going unless it's a T20 match. But nonetheless, will Game of Drones be able to force this into overtime? Maybe push us into that map 3. Okay, guarantee us a late going to bed today, but I want to see some good South African siege action.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at this point, they're one round, should I say, away. I was going to say operator because they were about to pick Ace, and now they've picked it away into Knock, so, oh boy. But they're one round away from taking match point, which is much, much better than we saw in the previous map. So they're going to be pretty happy about that one. If they can continue to push this, they can take match point and potentially map and take it to a map 3. But Frantic6, this is the round here where they shut that down. They need to win this. This is pretty much a very, very critical round for them that will decide whether or not Game of Drones are looking towards that victory.
Yeah, they might just be able to find it. And I quickly just want to talk about that ace. Currently, the reason they 6-picked off of it because I think they realized it's not allowed within pro play. So I don't know if they're just that used to the ace because most ranked teams these days, they rely quite heavily on that ace. So see, Game of Drones might just be
5 seconds to
new
go.
to not using him, not used to not being able to rely on that ace. Such a strong utility as well. The Wubub, the Malusi here. Can't wait to see those players inside of this top tier action. Sure to be quite influential in the overall meta of this game.
Yeah, it was going to be tons of fun. I spoke a lot to some quite deep extent talking about Wub Wub and Ace. Very, very strong stuff coming through. Will be, of course, available in due time. But, well, for now, we still have our current regular operators here. And one of the ones that we are seeing at the moment is Ergo on the knock, which we haven't seen very often. The knock, not a very highly picked operator, but you can see in the previous round, they really came in clutch for Game of Drones, and they're looking to replicate that success here once again.
Yeah, if he finds this engagement with the Alibi, it might be pretty big, but the Alibi now already falling back here into this hallway area. Inside of 90, Figure might be the one to find the engagement, but it's a very loose roam setup coming out here from the defenders, but the opening kill going the way of AML. That loose roam setup not necessarily being too heavily relied on because that's the player on site to get a pick, and if I'm not mistaken, Diffuser is dropped on site.
Oh, that's a nice card for Frantic6 right there. A nice little tip of the hat for them. They can definitely play a whole lot more passive now with the BBA. Not AML style, we've seen him, he likes to get aggressive, but right now, the best play for them is to just wait for them.
Talk about the aggressive AML.
Yeah, it's really not his style, he just doesn't like it. He wants to get aggressive now. Tipir and Vlad going to capitalize on that. That's going to mean 3 players left alive for Frantic6, and 4 players left alive for Game of Drones, although 1 is down but not out, but there's Ergo on the knock, just throwing a spanner into the works once again. I mean, so clutch.
Oh, the whiff's there, but eventually gets the double for himself. Tries with the D50, the no-scope, but the Valkyrie, Ducky to get a double. Connects with the Deagle. Is this it? Yes! Woo!
What is going on?
Woo!
What?
Frantic6. You gotta up Ducky's paycheck. Okay.
Look at this. What is that?
Okay. Chill, my
Ducky's
man.
like, you know what? You can pull out the D50. I can too. And I can win with it.
Yo.
Wow, that's just wow. That's all I can say about that. And that is the reason right there, those kind of hero plays coming out from Frantic6 is the reason that they have been able to make it this far. It's the reason they've been able to come back from just insane deficits. And it's the reason that they are right now tied with a Game of Drones, despite the fact that Game of Drones were in the lead. And now both of these teams are on the precipice of making match point. And if Frantic6 continue to make the hero plays, they might just take this 2-0.
The Amaru, that might just be exactly what they need. You're talking about how good this individual play is here from the side of Frantic6, but the one operator that can really stunt individual play is that Amaru. With an unexpected rush, with the player isolated, he might just be able to find those very unexpected kills. You know, for instance, you can actually repel into this Astro window here with that Amaru as well. Can repel I believe onto this connector one from outside, so definitely quite a few spots you can use that Amaru Gara hook in. But just talking about the side of Frantic6, Figure, or was it Ducky? Yeah, it was Ducky, because I clutched out that previous round. It was absolutely magnificent. This man, we got to give it to him. Like, that was some impressive play.
Yeah, I mean, that really, it's so, you know, that's one of the reasons that I love just doing my job here, is seeing stuff like that happen. It's amazing. Like, these players really, you can see that they've put in the work to, like we've been talking about, you know, clean games, sort of clinical games, but that doesn't take, you know, just a lot of people, they see the clinical gameplay, they see the practiced gameplay, the setups, all that kind of stuff coming in, and it seems kind of tedious, and a lot of the time you forget how supremely talented these players can be and how supremely talented they are, and that sometimes shines through the cracks of just this ordered, structured gameplay. You can sometimes see the insane, chaotic, and amazing clutches and stuff like that that come out from these players.
Yeah, I was talking about Quite Cargill potentially going on into this Astro window, and that's exactly what he was droning out for. I think he wanted to go for that now, establishing that the Alibi is playing there, so probably seeing it's not going to be wise to
Attackers
rush
have
on in there.
located a bomb.
Decides to play a bit more passively on that. Might still use it, you never know, but McCardle for the time being backing off, but his teammates aren't backing off. They are taking this map control very quickly and efficiently. They've already got control of downstairs and cellars, and if we look at the overview here, almost all the players on the side of Frantic6 are either close to the bomb site or on it.
Yeah, I mean, just going back to what you were saying about the Amaru there, definitely one of those operators that can just yeet herself into trouble, but can also get herself into really unexpected positions. And the fact that she has the G8 means that so much damage can come through. It's very, very powerful to bring that G8 with very quick tempo advantages. So you can already see the Amaru moving very quickly up towards the site, has an angle, waiting for someone to push into her. Let's see if Quackcarl can come out on top of this one. Has a bit of an unexpected angle, could catch somebody out.
With the Valkyrie, though, it looks like she knows of this position. Pre-firing on into that whole area, but figured to get the opener. Answered back by Quackcarl, though. That G8A1 to answer it back now, equalized it out into a 4-4. But 1 minute left on the clock. The attackers need to start making a move. They can still open up this main wall. TFPL is still alive on that thermite, but is that what you want to go for? Still have so much to deal with on this defensive side.
Yeah, the reason actually there that you saw Frantic6 not getting too crazily aggressive when that Amaru was showing presence is because they actually had a Valkyrie camp sitting right behind there, making sure they weren't doing anything crazy. But the Nitro Cell's going to miss, and that means the G8 comes out on top. Ducky, the clutch hero from the previous round, is gone. It is a 3v3 with 25 seconds left on the clock. Who is going to make it out on this one? Frantic6, they need to hold on for as long as possible. Quackcarl going to take one. It's on to Lulu and AML. They're going to get one. Lulu goes down.
Ooh, the
AML.
quad, he might just find the ace.
Seconds left.
AML left last life, he pressures onto him. Oh, can't find the ace, but now Vlad left last life. 10 seconds, he's in a goo mine, he can't plant. He's gonna have to rip that out if he wants to go for the plant. AML,
Seconds remaining.
is he gonna win this one out? Indeed he does. Great work there from AML, proving why he is currently the... Oh, I thought he was the top fragger. No, it's Fish and Ducky actually. 16 and 11 kills respectively. Now that was a pretty crazy round, coming down to those gunfights. The majority of them happening on that landing area. Just the push coming out from that Amaru, the flank from the Alibi, another flank coming out, and eventually, well, Frantic6 take it, and now they push themselves into the lead once again on match point.
Yeah, I mean, if your teamwork is cracking up even against your enemies, then it does come down to those individual plays. And right there, you can see AML, the king of aggression, getting the first and making sure that his team gets that match point, and that is secured. He plays that one pretty much as perfect as one could expect in a situation like that. He gets aggressive, gets the first one, plays passive, waits out the time, gets the final kill, takes his team to match point, and now Game of Drones, they have some work to do if they want to, get themselves into a point where they could potentially fight in towards overtime. Otherwise, Frantic6 might just win this out. This could be the final round here right now.
By the way, chat just saw the play there from Ducky with the eagle. They are just as hyped as we are.
Yeah, that is definitely one for the highlight reel.
Yeah, but it's one for the highlight reels, but the highlight reels are only a reactionary measure after the fact. We still need to conclude this match. Sure, Frantic6, they're on match point, but Game of Drones could very easily pressure this into overtime, and it's looking likely as they are on the attacking side. They've got the lineup, they've got the Twitch. I want to talk about this quickly, because Twitch, one of the operators that can deal very effectively with none other than that Maestro turret. Zap it once, it opens its shutter. Zap it twice, you delete it off the wall. So I want to see that Twitch using a utility, using her drone very effectively. Let's see what happens with this though.
Yeah, the Twitch can definitely be utilized to some very, very great effect. Could potentially take out a lot of that utility off of the side of Frantic6, which could be the key that Game of Drones needs to get this one and take us to overtime. The question is, can they make that happen? Can they make the distance and get themselves in? Right now, they're just mounting some pressure on and in towards the map, making sure that they've got some angle in there, trying to spot out anyone right now. No one's gone down just yet. There's plenty of time.
Amaru can go up this hatch at 90. If she pulls this off, it would be... Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. He's going to catch the Valkyrie and the Jaeger off guard. Finds the first, but from the side. I mean that's a decent trade. That alleviates the pressure on the main stairs. So now his teammates currently pushing up onto those stairs. That's the Twitch. However, with the Elder 556, the Maestro to find the kill, Lulu, Figure, and Gyaki now left last life for their team. But look at this. They are currently isolated quite a bit. Search, 2 players on site, but Ducky's here at 90. He can get flushed out very easily from this position, but that's not how you flush out a player.
Yeah, that's a bit of an oof, but it's not going to come to too much detriment at the moment. We can see Frantic6, they need to hold on to this one. This is pretty much it for them. If they can win this one, they win the rounds, they win everything. They have no need to go to overtime, no need to go to map 3. Game of Drones, on the other hand, everything is riding on this. They need to win this. They need to get absolutely everything, because if they don't, it's done. It's over for them. This is it. Game of Drones need to make this happen. 1 minute on the clock, everything on the line.
So much on the line. They're definitely feeling the pressure, but looks like they are playing well under pressure. There's still a lot they can do here. It's like Vlad currently droning out for the team, being the player to go for those assists, but with the T5 SMG, this Legion swings wide. Actually, no, it's with the Elder Figure to get the kill. Now, 3 against 2. Deep, Bill, and Vlad, they're going to have to clutch this out if they want a chance at heading into that grand final, and they bring it one step closer. Vlad with the kill there. Equalized out now once again into a 2-on-2. 30 seconds on the board. They could just go for this plant right here. They have the crossfire being set up from both of these doorways. Sledge with the L85 establishing control of this angle into the vault area. Now getting the kill, a triple for himself. This is all now on the back of Figure. Will he be able to cancel out this plant and get themselves this round?
Well,
No!
To get everything in. Oh, that is exactly what they needed. Figure going to be capitalizing on that one, but does he know? He does. He's looking in the right place. Frantic6 have won the round. They've won the map and they've won the match, just like that.
Yeah, taking it, what, 7-1, 7-5. Frantic6 win Villa and, was it Cafe Dostoevsky in a very decisive fashion, to say the least. 16 kills, 12 kills, 12 kills. We were talking about how good these individual players are from the side of Frantic6, but overall, they are just a good team.
Wow, in a Game of Drones, they almost had it. They almost took us to overtime. They were so close to being able to pull it off, and they even looked like they had the man advantage, like they had everything they needed to do. But once again, Frantic6 just being able to come up with the clutches that they need, the hero plays that they need, everything. It's the small details, the small things coming in to win, because ultimately both of the teams that we saw here in this match, entirely capable teams. Very good. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They are here for a reason. They've made it this far. They've been doing an insane job. Incredible talents on both teams. But ultimately, you can see Frantic6, when it comes down to it, these tiny things, the hero plays coming out from, for instance, Ducky with the Deagle, you know, this clutch right here from Figure. It's the small little details that are just working in favor of Frantic6, and when they come up even, when everything's working against them, they can still take the win at the end of the day. So that was just amazing to see. Well played to both of the teams. Really good stuff. And yeah, GG.
GG's to Frantic6, but the question is, will it be a GG tomorrow? As at 5 p.m, I believe, in the grand finals of the Titan Gaming Rainbow Six Siege tournament, the 10k prize pool sponsored by Salas Cars, Odyssey, they're going to be facing off against Frantic6. Obviously, Odyssey, they're going to be having that one map advantage in the best of 5 because they came from the upper bracket. But that's going to be one hell of a game. For the time being, though, this is it. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Wanted to say a quick thank you to Salas Cars. Be sure to check out their website. Like Patchy's been saying, thank you so much to those guys for sponsoring us. Anyone that shows that they are sponsoring esports in South Africa, they are on your cool list. They are showing that they know what's going on in the world, and well, just thank you to them and Titan Gaming. We've been having great support staff throughout this tournament thus far. It's definitely been an interesting one, and I really want to give a quick shout out to Titan Gaming because they were able to pull off streaming each and every single game, I believe, in this entire tournament, that is a feat and a half. That takes insane support staff, casters, commentators, whatever you have it. Thank you to them to being able to just give us the opportunity to cast in this, because this has been a pretty good tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely critical. I think a lot of tournament organizers might, well, hopefully they do, look at this tournament and realize that casting or at least streaming every single game is quite nice. It's very good for the esports ecosystem, especially. And like a lot of people have been saying on social media, it allows for people to actually see the absolute brilliant talents that we have coming up
Amen.
and even here in the esports scene. So some really, really great stuff on showcased here in this tournament. And yeah, so like you said, thank you to Titan for putting on this great tournament. We expect some more tournaments coming up, I'm sure. Going to be some great stuff. And of course, the grand finals is going to be nice and spicy, I'm sure. So just like Kanye said, a big thank you to the sponsor, solascars.co.za, for quick and fast, easy selling of your cars for cash. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can check myself and Kanye out as well. We've got our own channels there, YouTube. I've got Twitter as well. You can go follow us there. We do a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, without further ado, otherwise, yeah, cool. Cheers. We'll see you.
Cheers, boys, and thank you so much for joining. Peace.